Ah, shit. Ah, nah. Hey there, here we are, Raccoon City in Resident Evil 2, which I think is probably my favorite Resident Evil game so far. Like, I don't think there's ever been a Resident Evil game that made me want to go directly into a second playthrough like RE2. I don't think there was even a single second in this game which didn't have me feeling at least anxious. I loved every encounter with the Tyrant, because he just showed up when you least expected it, and when you didn't want him to. Oh my god!
You actually shit yourself.
He was a massive looming threat throughout the entire game that you weren't sure when he would pop up. I loved the main environment of the museum police station, being this bright area giving the player a brief respite before journeying back into the dark hallways of the Raccoon police station. The basic enemies that you also discover across the map just give me so much anxiety. Is that zombie you saw on the ground just a prop? Or is he going to attack? I really love this game's story behind the scenes. It's very dark when you stop to think about it for a second. The orphanage in Raccoon City is funded by Umbrella, which if you look deep into it, you would find that children are being used for Umbrella experiments. I love this revelation to me, as it's so disturbing that the children who haven't done anything wrong get tortured through the horrific experiments of Umbrella. But enough of the context. Now it's time for the actual game. And for this, I decided I'm going to make this video just about Leon's story, as it's the one that really matters, and I'm not really sure if Claire's story is canon, but it may be a fun video to do in the future. As the game starts, we see someone pulling up to a petrol station. That person is Leon Kennedy, one of my favourite Resident Evil characters so far. When we go to investigate, there's an injured man who tells you something is happening in the back of the store, so you go to investigate and find a police officer resolving a situation with a zombie, when Leon distracts him and the zombie is able to kill the police officer, leaving Leon to kill it himself. I really like the situation in the petrol station. We see that when we enter the petrol station, it's pitch black, and things like the freezer have been rearranged. Looking around, you can also see bottles smashed on the floor, blood prints leading to the very back. There's so much in the first moment of you entering the station telling you something is very wrong, and I love it. It doesn't take its time leading to the build-up, as we're already in the middle of it. Moving on to where Leon is attempting to escape the zombies, he runs into Claire and together they attempt to reach the Raccoon City police station. We get to see how dire the situation has become. Cars are blocking a lot of the ways through the city, zombies are everywhere, and fire engulfs chunks of the city. This is where we lose Claire as we have to dash towards the police station by ourselves. This is genuinely great because the dread of being surrounded in this giant building knowing the threat that lies outside, but the main hall of the Raccoon City police station has a sort of safe feeling to it. Bright colours allow you to easily relax, but then whenever you are ready, you head off into the east hallway of the police station and find a police officer desperately trying to get past a security door. When you try to help him, he gets crushed and stuck, and when you think things can't get any worse for this man, a zombie comes along and starts to eat parts of him. This scene works really well to me in reinforcing how alone Leon is, where not even the police, who are supposed to be the authority protecting the peace, are unable to do anything. It just makes the player feel helpless, trapped in the police station. Skipping again through a chunk of gameplay, we get to meet a police officer who has managed to survive so far named Marvin. Marvin is badly injured and tells us to leave without him, and even when Leon offers to help, giving him the chance to escape, Marvin declines, knowing his fate is coming. So we escape through the underground of the police station. We then move throughout the underground area, reaching the garage, where we are attacked by zombie dogs. Then we get saved by Ada, which, despite being in the zombie apocalypse, Ada still finds the chance to get dressed properly for the occasion, such as a red dress, good hair, and makeup. Anyway, Ada pulls out a badge showing us that they're with the FBI trying to figure out what's happening. And in order to leave the building, we need to find a keycard to open the garage doors. So in searching the cells nearby, we find someone with the key to escape. But when talking to him, Leon has his faith in the police and authority questioned when he finds out his boss isn't a good person. But before Leon's able to ask him anymore... Oh shit! Oh shit, it's time, isn't it, Connor? Oh, fuck. The man is grabbed by something from behind, and still from behind the wall, the monster lifts him up and crushes his skull, killing him instantly. I love this reveal for the Tyrant. It sets up a character that has the only escape route for Leon. He is grabbed by someone giant and strong. They have the ability to choke someone and kill them with just one hand. After this, when he disappears for a while, it builds anxiety knowing someone with these abilities is able to just walk around freely. They could strike at any moment. So shouldn't it be like chasing people like, Oh my god! Later, whenever we return to the police station, you discover the helicopter that crashed into the police station earlier. You need to extinguish the fire of the helicopter crash. And upon doing so, suddenly the Tyrant has reappeared, lifting the debris of the blocked hall and begins chase. For the rest of the game, the tyrant is a looming threat to force the player to keep moving. The police station that you had managed to clear out and grew familiar with has become dangerous once more because of the addition of the tyrant. The tight hallways become death traps because of the addition of the tyrant's sheer size, blocking you from running past him. This is what makes stalker enemies fun to me. It adds an extra piece of challenge to the game instead of being a wall to the player. In Resident Evil 8, it's almost never a good idea to directly attack Lady Demetrius or her daughters, since you're never going to get anywhere, but Jack Baker and the Tyrant gives you a good chance to escape if you want to stand your ground. Finally, when you're able to return to the garage, you get to grab the escape key when the entire jail block of zombies open, forcing you to fight your way out. But for me, you get to see me fighting for my life. Ah, shit. Ah, nah.
Oh, you motherfucker.
So motive.
Huh. This was kind of terrifying for me because this narrow hallway and how I was being bounced between enemies made me fear that I wouldn't be able to escape. But in the end, we were able to escape thanks to the help of Ada, who crashes a van into the tyrant and blows it up, which knocked us out for a good while. Together with Ada, we escape to a gun shop to resupply, but we run into a man who holds us at gunpoint. We quickly notice a young infected girl behind him, We then get to see a heartbreaking scene where the father forces himself to come to terms with putting his daughter out of her misery. Luckily, the death is done tastefully off screen. I do like this scene because it shows the lack of hope among the survivors. He takes his anger out on Leon, not knowing what to do. But the game must continue as you move forward into the sewers, to the final part of the game. We chase the lead researcher of the G-Virus, the virus that started the whole zombie nonsense in Raccoon City, into her lab. This results in both Leon and Ada getting badly injured, with Ada having a serious leg wound, leaving her incapable of protecting herself. To find a keycard to get the final sample of the G-Virus, where we find the tyrant back once again chasing us. We manage to escape, eventually, and we find the G-Virus in the lab. As we return, we run into the lead researcher, who makes us a promise to make sure the virus cannot fall into the wrong hands. I had deliberately ignored the G-Mutant so far so I could talk about him now. The G-Mutant is a monster that is constantly mutating, twisting and contorting itself into something that you can barely even consider human. From your first encounter in the police station, you can still see some sort of humanity in him, but here, it's all gone. He is a full monster, out seeking revenge on the soldiers who killed him. Managing through the fight, we moved through the lab to see Ada, demanding the G-Virus sample, where it is revealed that she's a bounty hunter selling the G-Virus to the highest bidder. What follows is a scuffle between you and Ada. After being shot, the G-Virus is lost, and Ada falls into the void below. We have no time to mourn the loss, as the entire facility is going to explode. As we're escaping, we get to an elevator where we get ready to fight the tyrant for the final time, where I was starting to go a little insane from the chaos of the game. This fight was amazing. The small platform making for close calls in the combat, and the amazing ending where we get to blow the top half of him up is really funny to me while still remaining somewhat cool. But after this, we do reunite with Claire as the game ends. I just want to say, I love this game so much. It was a stupid amount of fun. It was definitely one of the scariest games in the franchise. That reinforces Leon as one of my favorite protagonists. And I would definitely recommend you play any of the Resident Evil games any day. If you have any games you think I should try, please do comment them down below. Thank you for your time, and see you next week.